We are here to explain socialism to you, to tell you why it works. First, let's start off with the basics.
So, what is socialism? Well, Merriam-Webster defines this ideology as the economic and political theories advocating collective or governmental ownership and administration of the means of production and the distribution of goods.
That's right, Rich. The main tenet of socialism is that the government or the people are in charge of the whole distribution of wealth and the means of production. This ideology came as a result of the evils and greed that arose out of capitalism, where only the rich got richer and the poor got poorer. Socialism is a response to the capitalism that evolved from the Industrial Revolution.
Socialism differs from the greed of capitalism in that it benefits everybody, as long as everyone is an active thinker and a thoughtful worker. Capitalists are only motivated by self-preservation and profit, whereas socialism brings along a motivation for the best society possible, benefiting all of humanity. Therefore, production is for the common good rather than for individual profit. Where many think that perfection in society is not possible, socialists are optimistic and trying to seek a measure of that utopia now.
Wow, that sounds great, Rich. It's like heaven on earth because there's no longer any more exploitation of workers and nobody is in poverty.
Which leads us to how socialism as we know it today originated and developed. During the Industrial Revolution, the working class, or the proletariat, began to get fed up with their employers, the bourgeois, who were having them work long hours with extremely low pay and absolutely no benefits, while reaping all of the fruits of their labor. They wanted an alternative to this capitalism. The brilliant Karl Marx wrote, "The economics of communism deprives no man of the ability to appropriate the fruits of his labor. The only thing it deprives him of is the ability to enslave others by means of such appropriation."
Hi, I'm with CNN, the unbiased source. And today, we are here with Zhao Lei. He is a farmer that has been exploited by Samsung, the largest harvest company in China. Every year, thousands of farmers are exploited with long hours, extremely low wages, and no benefits. Though risking his life, here's Zhao Lei to speak to us and address the social injustice. Oh, hello. So Zhao, how do you feel about the long hours that you have?
They make us work from 5 in the morning to 10 at night. We have a 120-minute break where they give us a bowl of rice for lunch, dinner, breakfast, everything. And 1 water a day. Not so bad, but I can't complain. At least they gave us something.
Wow, that's horrible. Can you imagine an American working those long hours and only getting 1 meal a day? How about you? What do you get paid?
Well, I'm very happy. I recently been promoted to 21 a week.
Oh my god. That's equivalent to only $3 American. What about benefits? What about healthcare?
Healthcare? Huh? What's that?
Oh my god. What about Social Security?
Oh, that's okay. I'm very secure on this farm. There's a lot of men with guns around. And yesterday they shoot somebody. And they told me it's a criminal. I believed them, but he kind of looked like my best friend Lee Bang.
Where is he then?
My supervisor told me he's sick with yellow fever and never come back.
Could you explain your shirt to us?
Oh, my uncle sent to me from factory as gift for Chinese New Year.
Now, how do you cope with all these social injustices?
Very easy. My mentor Bruce Lee once told me, don't think, feel.
Very good. Well, there you have it. This is a perfect example of why capitalism doesn't work. In a socialist society, farmers like Zhao Lei would be in far better condition.
Hi, I'm with CNN, the completely unbiased source. And today I'm here interviewing Feng Shuo, the CEO of the largest harvesting company in China, Samsung. So, Mr. Shuo, how do you feel about how you're treating your farmers?
I think I'm treating them pretty well, considering the fact that their wages are really high compared to other places they could work at.
But they only make less than 20 yuan a week. How is that really high?
Well, it's been at 21 a month, which is the average salary of a Chinese farmer working outside of my company.
Could you talk to us about the lack of food and water you offer to your employees?
I think it's enough considering the shortage of fresh water on this planet. And do you know how much rice costs these days? They don't have enough money to give them more than a bowl of rice a day, and they are perfectly content with the amount of rice they receive.
How do you not have enough money when you reported making last year over $25 billion? Not yuan, dollars.
So?
Wow. Why don't you provide benefits for your workers?
They're personally responsible for their own welfare.
Another greedy capitalist. Wait, this just in. Apparently, one of your farmers, a certain Zhao Lei, was found dead this morning. Could you enlighten us on this matter?
Yes, I believe it was yellow fever.
With a bullet in his head?
Oh yes, yellow fever does it to you here in China.
Well, I guess that's all for us today. Thank you, Mr. Schwa, the greedy capitalist.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. Back to you in the studio.
So this working class, the proletariat, began to think of revolutionary ideas, which happened to be socialism. They began to think, we should be owning what we do. We should be in charge.
That's right. Proletariat wanted to be in charge of how they worked and where their wealth went. They believed that the final product should be shared among everyone so that there could exist an equal level of prosperity.
Which means no more rich capitalists.
Yes. They also believed that cooperation was more important, way more important, than competition.
Awesome. The brilliant scholar who gave voice to this ideology and movement was none other than Karl Marx. In his Communist Manifesto, he wrote about wages and labor and how they differed in the two economic systems of capitalism and socialism.
Yes, socialists use the natural price of labor over the capitalist market price of labor. In other words, the price of labor is equal to the product being sold. Therefore, the idea of the capitalist production vanishes.
For example, you can't pay someone to build something worth $100 for $50, and vice versa.
Finally, one last aspect of socialism is the idea of no private property.
This doesn't mean that there isn't personal property, like homes and cars and clothes and whatnot, but that there isn't any private property, as in no privately owned business.
That's because all the businesses are owned by the state.
The main voice of the economics of socialism was Karl Marx, and he said that socialism was the transition from capitalism to communism.
He also mentioned that this transition was inevitable.